Thank you all for attending the award ceremony for the 2022 Houston Money Show at Conroe. And thank you especially to my exhibitors. Although I fell into this job only 3 weeks ago because our official exhibits chairman, Rick Ewing, had to step down because of an eye operation, he left me in pretty good position. He had arranged our judges, and he had arranged the first lap of the laying out of the room and the number of cases and stuff like that. And all of the exhibitors that had earlier talked to Rick showed up. And I got a couple of late exhibitors that came, and I was glad to get those. So the exhibiting falls into two broad categories. Those that by request came to do non-competitive exhibits. Perhaps they were first-time exhibitors. Perhaps they didn't have enough time to do as much job on it as they wanted. For whatever reason, they told me, don't have mine judged. And additionally, I put a couple of exhibits in as well, and it would be unethical for me to be competing. The rest of them are all judged exhibits. Everybody gets a participation award, which is on top of the upper left-hand case that you got. Then the judges, under head judge Richard Laster, came in and used the TNA judging form categories to do a numerical score sheet on the ones that were being judged, which is most of the exhibits. The exhibits are into 4 classes. I'll review those as I give out the class winners. And then from amongst those class winners, we're going to pick out the best of show. And then we're going to do an additional test. If that best of show is a member of GHCC, they win the Barney Loeb Award, which is for the best exhibit by a member. Let me begin by honoring the judges. Richard, here's your head judge.
All right, thank you.
And perhaps you can extend similar ones to your judges,
okay.
2 of which are still here, 1 of which is not.
Tom and
Tom and Sandy Garrow were judges, and Ricardo de Leon Tavallas was a judge under Richard.
I can get those out. Thank you.
Richard provided thought leadership and guidance and a vast background in doing this, and I appreciated him stepping up for it. So now let's talk about who won what. Class A, United States coins. The award sponsored by Claude Mathis, the former longtime treasurer of the GHCC. Goes to Larry Reitzema, class win, U.S. coins. This carries a cash prize, as you can see. And I would say nice job. You did a beautiful job on that exhibit.
Show it to us. Please show it.
There you go.
Thank you, Jim.
You bet. You betcha. Class B, the second class, is the paper money of the U.S. This was the hardest fought class. We had the most exhibits in this class. But the win goes to Jerry Folkman for this big one back here about satirical notes. It also has a cash prize.
Thank you.
That one is sponsored by Jim Bevel. Class C, tokens, medals, and miscellaneous. Goes to Barb Princeton with Out of This World, which I thought was a spectacular display by a first-time exhibitor. You bet. That one is sponsored by Universal Coin of Beaumont. Mike Fulgens. And finally, Class D, world coins, modern world coins, sponsored by Dr. Brown, goes to Jack Domurat with coins of the United Nations. This display right here.
Thank you. First time I've had the mask off in about 5 hours.
Right, right. It feels good to breathe.
Thank you.
All right, now out of the judging process led by Richard, we observed the class winners, and on a point basis, they picked best of show, judged by the judges, as Larry Rietzema. 12 coin salute to a classic silver commemoratives. This one right over here. And that also is a new display, I believe. I've never seen it before. Is this the first time it's been shown?
First time it's been shown, first time I've displayed anything.
It is your first time exhibitor? Fantastic.
Thank you.
You get a double award.
Awesome, thank you.
That one is sponsored by
Appreciate it.
Patty and Carl. And finally, by a different process, we have the People's Choice, in which the judges play no role. A&A judging is not this. This is a ballot that's given to each member of the public that cares to vote as they come through, and we had a record number. We had over 100 votes. And I certify that there's no double voting this year for that, that it's a straight up vote. It was interesting to see the character of the crowd as it changed, because of course I got to count the votes last night after Friday's voting, and that was a different sort of crowd than we had today. They liked different stuff. And we actually had a switching in who was in the lead, although it was always fairly tightly bunched for People's Choice. But at the end, by not very many votes, but by a clear win, we have the People's Choice, Jack Domurat, this one.
Wait a minute, I gotta put my hearing aid back. Thank you.
That's sponsored by Mike Greenspan, in memory of Bill Watson. And finally, we have the Barney Loeb, which is for the best exhibit by a GHCC member, judged. And it stands to reason that this will be from among the 4 class winners, class A, B, C, or D, and it is. So the winner is our best of show and Barney Loeb award is Larry Rietzema. You bet. Larry did very well.
I remember when
You knew him, huh? Thank you all for coming. I appreciate your participation. We'll be back next year.